So let's take a look, see.
If you take out the comma,
Yeah, that's exactly right.
then put Inslee, and it'll probably pop up.
Oh, Inslee instead of Birmingham?
I had a little trouble doing the same thing.
ENS.
Ley.
Huh. I just wanted to see where this was on the map, to be real. Okay, so this is kind of, I'm not sure as much about here. Is this nicer than over here? This west end. This is a
Yep.
this is rough.
It's way nicer than over there.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay, we're in a different world than over there, right? So, okay, let's see if this will give us what we need. Give us what we need. All right, Miss Levon. In the house. Okay. All right. So there we go. So PropStream. I don't trust PropStream's values anymore at all, but it says it's worth 50K or average 50K. Like true. Well, here's was a so I want to do max 3, I guess, and max 1961. There's nothing, huh? Was okay.
Okay, so go on Zillow and I'll show you the comp I used.
Okay. Let me just pull it up here too as well. All right. So what's for sale? It's always good to see. 250. Looks like the same brokerage. Ooh. So that's all brick. Well, I don't want to say it's all brick yet, but that's usually a good sign. Cute little. Okay, so really nice flip, nice and modern. Nice modern. Yeah. Okay, so that's 250. And I mean, that's pretty good comparison for yours, right? I mean, let me see.
It's not the one I used. That's another one though.
Yeah, I just wanted to see that. Yeah.
If you look under for our souls, I can show you that comp.
Okay. Yeah, we're looking at this one. He's let's take a peek at it. So
see right here on Graymont right here.
So where are we?
Over your far right.
Far right over here somewhere.
Yeah, go see where Graymont is right here, Graymont West.
No, but it's right here, right?
Follow me. Go straight up. Go straight up there where Bush Boulevard was.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let me see. So put some filters on this.
There's a 245 right there on Graymont Avenue is one I used.
Well, let's see.
Okay.
We'll do 12 months just to get more data. Dang, still a lot of data. Yeah, let's see. Must have AC. And square feet. Let's do anywhere from, I like to do anything smaller just because it's great when you get a real small one that sells good. It's nice. All right. Come on, Sean. Okay. I'm gonna do max 19. Bye. Okay. So, and then we're up here on Bush. So I just want to make sure I am in the right. So Bush, you want me to go east or west?
Go to the east.
East, and then is it here or here?
Keep going east where Graymont. You run into Graymont Avenue.
Oh, Graymont, okay, boom.
See that 245?
Yeah. Okay. So
It's in and around there.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, well, obviously you got the 245. What else? Let's see what this.
And 20th Street's on the other end over here on Bush Boulevard. It's all kind of the same.
This one's pretty curbside, similar curbside as yours. Sold a few months ago. See this one?
I'm looking at it.
195, but it's got it doesn't say, it's probably an extra half bath. You only got 2, right?
Yeah.
Half bath matters. So, I mean, let's see. That's a half. That's a full. Same one. And that's a full. Okay. So you got 2.5 in there. Can you get a half bath? Oh, yours is already. Can you get I mean, you got to add a half bath in yours. So if you're doing numbers. So yeah, we got 190. That's a really good comp. I mean, it's a little farther away. But then if we tighten this up, 245, obviously, yeah, you got that one. But is that, I mean, yours is, sorry, where'd yours go? Yeah, so yours is this is a different style. And it looks like there's a basement in there. I don't know. This one's nice. I mean, look at this one. This one's super nice. I mean, this one they went crazy on it. You know, let's see what they bought it for. But I mean, so it's a little bit newer.
The one I'm looking at's got a basement too.
Cool. Okay. So I mean, I see that. I mean, that's the pipe dream right there. If you do an amazing flip, right? That's where you can land. So I mean, that's a good one. I mean, I don't think you want to go with the highest outlier possible when you run your numbers, but that is a pie in the sky for you. So we saw 190, and that was like a decent flip, right? Pretty,
Yeah.
You know, pretty average, what you would call flip. So we're at one. Where are you at on this one?
I used 220 as an ARV, I think, or something like that. I don't remember, but I went off the 245, but I took it down some. But
Yeah,
I got it under contract for 125.
You got it at 125. Now, would you actually want to try to keep this, or you want to wholesale it?
I'm gonna wholesale it. I mean, I got to make some fast cash, dude. Take it down.
So yeah, I mean, this is tough, you know.
Yep.
I don't know. That's I mean, to get it to look like that 245 one, yeah, probably. I mean, this one's nice. Now the question is what could you buy it? I mean, because you have to do something to it. So
it's going to. I do know, besides changing it, make it look better if you wanted to put it retail, you know, it's going to have some new windows in it because I think one of the broke. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was going off the 245 and they had it listed at 160 and they couldn't sell it. So when it come down to it, I was doing the numbers.
Yeah.
I come in a little lower and they didn't want to accept it. So I revisited it, looked around, found, you know, what I thought was a good comp and went off it, and that gave me a good buy price, but you know, which was ended up, I think I offered 90 and they rejected it, said 125 was their number. So I locked it up and we went and took a look at it, and the feedback I'm getting was kind of like the same as y'all are telling me now, that the renos may be too high. But the best I've gotten so far is
Well,
somebody
let's see
told
what
me,
this guy paid for this one. I mean, we don't know the condition. Let's see.
I said, the one that I had go look at it and everything, bring me back the information, got two people to go look at it. They're coming back with, it needs to be a 60K buy price.
Yeah, little more.
60K with an 80K rehab. I
Yeah.
did put it in, and that's what I was like. I fooled with it enough yesterday to figure it out. That, I mean,
I mean, 60K. Yeah, you probably don't even need armor. They can pull that out of their piggy bank. So yeah, obviously, right? Who wouldn't want that flip? I mean,
60K buy price with an 80K rehab.
there you go. I'm right on the money. Yeah. You guys, and they probably know somebody that will list it for one, and they're gonna give it 2 point. I mean, if you're I mean, yeah, you're in and out of here 50K free and clear. I mean, yeah, they have better financing. I mean, these guys are trying to squeeze, a fat one out. Yeah, of course. You can take that all day. You get a deal like that, Scotty, on that paper, you send it my way.
Right. If I had a deal like that, I would never squawk at it. I just send it right to you.
All right. I mean, but hey, it is what it is.
I just need y'all. I just think my gut tells me there's a deal there, and I just need y'all to kill that feeling or
well,
help.
there is a deal here at this price. Like, it's just maybe not necessarily your deal. Like, there is somebody that's going to take this 125 and make money on it, whether they fix it and flip it, hold it. There's definitely money there. Yeah, I mean,
Really just one, but she sent another guy out there just to back her up.
how much more DD do you got?
Do what?
Due diligence.
I think I got 5 more days left.
Okay, so we got time.
The realtor just won't stop screaming at me. She's wanting to know something, and I'm trying to hold her off a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, so here's because like you're asking, is there money to be made on this, right? Like, yeah, I mean, so if you had some spare change and you could hold it for a bit, you use hard money. I mean, it's a little bit more than spare change, but if you could if you could buy it at this price, right, hold it for a certain number of time, put in the certain amount of money that you would need to make. But yes, that's never mind. That would only work if the numbers made sense for you. You could insure if you put 5K and they could appraise for a certain number, and you did a contract for deed for 30K, and you're out, so you'd make 10K. But that's a lot of risk, right? You're putting a lot of money on the table for something like that. And
well, my idea is to go back and try to renegotiate, which you know how it is. They're going to tell me, well, they won't accept that. I mean, I've already heard the story with this one, but when I go back to renegotiate this time, it's, I'm trying to find out if I can get the numbers to work a little bit better than a 60K buy price. Because when I first figured it out, I offered 90 and I thought surely it would work. Well, then here's what happened. I was on this little thing right here that you're on now, this calculating thing, and
Mhm.
it made the numbers look tremendous. Well, then I got to fooling with it after yesterday. The higher the lower the buy price number I put in there, the lower the spread was. It was backwards. So I had to go find it and reload it, remake a copy so that I could get the actual numbers.
Yeah,
Because every time I was going, like I put in 60 grand and I wasn't making a dollar. But if I put in 125 or 150, I was making it was a 35, 40K spread. I'm like, why won't these numbers compute?
yeah.
You know,
For sure.
so I had to redo it. I re-downloaded it, remade a copy. Somehow it got messed up. So I was twiddling with it yesterday, using a 220 ARV and trying to make it work because I figured I was just thinking and hoping maybe that if it wouldn't be 245, it would at least be 220.
Right.
I mean, there's some crazy action going on over there. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
blowing up over there. It's the calm before the storm.
so yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is you'd have to walk it. I mean, and really determine how much, because I mean, pictures make stuff look really good, you know?
Well, I've had both of them walk it. And to the two people that walk it, they've done rehabs a ton. They know what they're doing.
Right.
I just couldn't believe they
Is in bad shape.
rehab. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, yeah, 80K to get it to look like for the 245. You know, they're trying to make 225.
Yeah.
So.
I just needed another eye set on it that kind of walked me through it.
Yeah.
Well, true. I understand that. I was just trying to see
No, I mean,
if the numbers would work, it wouldn't matter.
well, it would and it wouldn't, right? If you had a good relationship with somebody that was open to buying and fixing and flipping it, you know, but yeah, I mean, out of ego, people just, you know, willy-nilly, you're gonna call them and they're like, well, I'll just wait till you're shopping this around. Nobody's gonna buy it from you. I'll just wait, call the
Yeah.
agent, let them know. You know what I mean? That's people are scummy like that. So that's what they're gonna do. You know? They're not gonna buy it from you, unfortunately. I mean, I'm not gonna say that never, because there's definitely people that do that, right? I'm not saying that it's not never and to discourage. It's just that's just the truth, you know.
I just was kind of going to go back and renegotiate. I just didn't really know. I didn't really want to go back at 60 because that is a lot.
Yeah.
However, I mean, it's more money to we're all in about making money, but we're all in about doing the right thing too. You
Yeah.
know, we all want to make a big trip,
Be
but we
honest,
also want,
like,
you know,
yeah,
we
like
want
do 100 or something like that. And if you knew the situation, I don't know, you know, it's like all unfortunately with the agents for you to pitch something creative with them, like like if you don't have a relationship with them, it's like, yeah, well, probably not gonna,
Yeah, I understand.
you know, be like, hey, let me why don't you explain this to the seller? They're gonna be like, no, we'll just take the next offer right behind you. You know, it's just the way it is. Agents just don't they're not really about a lot of them, right? They're just trying to do their fiduciary responsibility, what's best for the seller. And if they don't understand it, then they feel like it's not the best decision for them, right? So if you don't understand something, you're never going to tell somebody, yeah, it's a great idea. You know, so, yeah, say, hey, I'll give you 64 and we'll do a note for the rest of the other, you know, we'll give you the 160 you wanted, but you know, we're going to pay you over 2 years. So
Yeah, I've explained that a couple of times to some realtor friends of mine, and they,
really,
you know,
that's why understanding the situation, even through the realtor, and be like, hey, I mean, like, listen, this, you know, you're selling this house for cash, it needs a lot of work, whatever. If there's a situation that warrants it, like, I have a solution for you.
that's what I tell them, and then I ask them if, you know, I'm not going to go around you, but just get us on a three-way call, and I'll tell you before we do it what I'm going to ask, and if you're, you know, you're going to get paid either way.
Yeah. So I mean, if you had a relationship with this person and the brokerage, and they were willing to like write it up free or take no percent, admit the offer, and then get paid as just a flat referral from you, then
Yeah.
But it's just, again, that's a relationship thing. No one's just going to do that willy nilly. Cool. Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't give up on that one. I would just try to get a better buyer in there that's willing to be at a different number, and then go back and make your final plea. Like, I'm ready. Make sure the money's straight and they can close, and and yeah. And if you feel like, and then have the buyer bump up the earnest money if he's serious, and then that's the best you can do. Say, hey, we can do it. Close on Monday. Whenever you can. All right. Dalton and Levon, you guys still in here? I don't think we've met Miss Levon there. And then Dalton, I know he's always. Is she? So, okay. And then Dalton, he's always working. He's always at like a loud place. He's on the grind. So we really respect.
We got to get him out of his 9 to 5, right?
Yeah, but we respect the grind like you can't believe. My man Johnson is doing it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I couldn't get unmuted.
Oh, there you are.
Yes, Levon Oaks. I am Lokes.
Miss Levon. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
This is now I get it. Okay.
Okay.
She may be trying to unmute.
You talking to me? Okay, none today, but I will tell you why. The meeting yesterday afternoon, we got to talking about using cold callers. And while I usually do my own cold calling, one, because I enjoy it, but the conversation convinced me that I was not working smart. It's too hard to do it myself. I have some really huge lists that I need to get through. And Scott convinced me that, and he didn't pressure me at all. I mean, he didn't try to lay heavy hand or anything like that. He was just suggesting that a better way might be, he can probably get heavy handed. Anyway, he convinced me to look into cold calling. And that's what I've been doing this morning.
Tyler, she had also and stuff like that, because she's, we had Scott, obviously she's educated. She's done this. She used to do, wholesaling, like, in the past, but obviously. Yeah.
I'm right now, I am communicating with a gal in the Philippines. Several answered my ad. I placed the ad immediately yesterday, and several answered, but I had each one of them send me an audio audition, and this gal sounded really good. So I talked to her this morning and I asked her to send a resume. She has really solid background, if I can believe her resume, and I really do. And her background is in cold calling, wholesaling. She's very familiar with scripts and CRMs, and her accent is minimal. You can hardly tell that that English wouldn't be her first language. Anyway, I'm in the middle of negotiating with her right now, and I'm going to send her a proposal and have her counter if she wants. But I feel really, really good. Yeah. As you guys are shaking your head, I feel like I hit the jackpot right away. Yeah, especially compared to the others that, compared to the others that answered that I wouldn't even consider hiring. But I just thank Jesus. I think this was just
Hallelujah.
heaven sent. Yeah, this was heaven
Oh, yeah.
sent, and I'm ready to move. And she and I will work hand in hand
Yeah.
in getting these lists. I have some significant lists that I have to figure out how to break down. I'm going to be using Mojo. I investigated several yesterday and I picked Mojo, one because it's a little cheaper, but also because they have that offer of skip tracing for $49 a month. And when you've been through, and Nathan knows this, when you've been through PropStream and REIA, it's 12 cents a record, regardless whatever the size of your file is. So that would save me an enormous amount of money also. Okay. What data? In skip tracing, you mean? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're not
Thank
truly
you.
saving, yeah, if you got.
Okay. Yeah. Right now, I have a list of 8,000 that are already skip traced that I will start with. And one thing that I would like to ask both of you about in terms of Mojo, I opted for the 3 call, not the single call. And I asked this new caller, how quickly does it go through? Because I think when Scott was talking to me yesterday, he says, they can rip through these big lists pretty quickly. So I was a little disappointed in her answer. What would be your estimation with the triple dialer getting through? And these are in separate lists, so I could use one list at a time, but a total is 8,000. How long does it take for them to go through 8,000 people, not 8,000 phones or calls? I'm sorry. Am I yelling in my microphone?
No, it's great.
It's pretty
Yeah.
close to my mouth.
No, go ahead.
Each person has, at least 4 or 5 phones assigned to their name. That would be good. Yeah.
We got a triple dollar, right?
Yeah. My dream plan before I talked to her was I was thinking that she would get through these 8,000 records probably in a couple of weeks. And then I wanted to do a second touch and then lay off maybe 2 weeks and then do a third and fourth touch. I do believe in the 7 to 12 touches to get deals, and I know I have to keep running this same list through and through. But her response kind of said, whoa, it is going to take her almost 3 months to get through those 8,000 names, given that each one of them has at least 3 or 4, some of them 5 phone numbers. No, halftime. Okay,
Hey, look, can I ask you a quick question?
sure.
Yeah, do you mind telling me what is the girl's name that you thinking about hiring? I'm just seeing if I know her, because it sounds like the same girl I know.
Her first name is Haya, Haya.
Okay, it's not her then.
Yeah, she's educated in doing this, but she has like the last 5 or 6 years having worked for several wholesaler companies doing this. Sometimes she just does cold calling, sometimes she actually does comping for them, and she knows about CRM. And she probably could be a wholesaler herself if she were interested, but she definitely has the background.
Yeah, so I think, Nate, it's 500 to 800 a day is on average for a full-time worker with a triple ballot, right? They should get through between 500 and 800 numbers a day.
Yes, that is what I have found in my own cold calling. 90% of these are either disconnected, do not call, hang up, that sort of. We're looking at like 10% answering.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. And that was something that I mentioned to her too this morning. And when I mentioned how many touches, she knew exactly what I was talking about and doing multiple touches. And I mentioned, that I'm interested in doing, a minimum of 4 touches. But at what point are we down to the people who are ever going to answer their phone? Are we just wasting our time going 5 or 6? Do we just follow up with the ones we get in the first 4 touches and then touch those people 4 or 5 more times?
Okay.
So
I'm still,
No, I will never get rid of them. I just wondered at what point are we continuing to dial impossible numbers?
Loads, I'm still calling some from 2018.
You're a patient man.
So yeah,
It's recycling the list after you do a lot of touches, let them sit and cool off for, 3-6 months while you're doing others. And then every once in a while, you just jump back over to 2018 and run through them.
Okay.
Just, because they're still there.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's a good model as far as you're going to, change anything, but you already paid for it. So you might as well just keep it. Don't ever get rid of them.
Oh yeah, I would never get rid of my lists.
Yeah, so
I just want to use them wisely, especially here in the beginning. This is kind of a new space for me. I've never used cold callers before, and never used stylers before. So I'm kind of moving into the new generation, thanks to you guys, that I'm actually seeing what's out there that's going to make me more productive.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for, honestly, because you need to be having the quality conversations.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you everybody for joining. I don't think Dalton. Yeah, I don't think he's. Anybody else put anything in the chat? Oh, Nate, did you drop in the chat for her the?
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that, because I definitely would have opted for that cheaper than REIA. But if it's just a bunch of junk, then it isn't cheaper. Okay, good. I'm copying this now and I'll put it on my Nathan Payne page in OneNote.
Page.
Right. Yes. I have zero aversion to sending out an offer to everybody that is even remotely talking to me about their property. I don't mind sending out, they're not bad offers. I wouldn't want Scott to assume that they were bad offers, but they might be low percentage offers, but I don't mind sending those offers out. Right. I'm sorry. This is interesting. This funny you should ask, because I've been thinking about that. What you went through today, it was helpful. I mean, that really is the process for nailing down comps and, evaluating the numbers. But in the other 3 sessions, I wouldn't say that it was exactly what I expected, but I came away from every session with something that I considered a game changer. It may have been from another conversation, a side conversation, or a different topic, but so far it's been extremely valuable to me. Yeah. We need to get his name fixed too, so new people don't think we have Nathan Payne twice.
I know, yeah, and I mean to do it every time, and then I start to rename it, and then I start comping deals. Sean
Okay.
Hayes. There
I
you
enjoy
go.
collaborating with you guys, and I like what we're doing here. I mean, it does help me. And
Dalton said definitely. So,
Thanks.
that's yeah. Yep. Okay.